In a small, quiet town nestled between rolling hills lived a woman named Clara. She was in her late 60s with silvery hair tied neatly in a bun and a heart that still held the tender echoes of her youth. One rainy afternoon, while rummaging through the attic of her childhood home, she stumbled upon an old, dust-covered box. Curiosity piqued, she opened it to find a collection of yellowed envelopes tied together with a faded ribbon. Each envelope was addressed to Clara but bore no return address. As she carefully untied the bundle, her heart raced. The handwriting was familiar, invoking memories of her first love, James, a boy she had known in high school. Their love had burned bright, but was extinguished when life pulled them in different directions. The letters had never reached her, lost somewhere in the labyrinth of time and circumstance. With trembling hands, Clara unfolded the first letter, her eyes scanning the elegant script. My dearest Clara, it's been weeks since we last spoke, and not a moment goes by that I don't think of you. I long for the days we spent under the oak tree by the lake, where the world felt perfect and our dreams were limitless. I'm writing to tell you that I'm applying to universities far from here, and the thought of leaving you breaks my heart. The tears began to flow as she read each word. Each letter unveiled a piece of her past, revealing the depth of James's feelings, his hopes, and his struggles. He wrote of dreams unfulfilled and of moments that haunted him, a constant refrain of "what if?" As Clara immersed herself in the letters, she realized how different her life might have been had those messages reached her. The years had been filled with silence where laughter should have been, with the void of unspoken words. Clara had married another man, had children, and built a life, but in the corners of her heart, James had always lingered. The last letter struck her hardest. Clara, I will always cherish the memories we made, but I must move on. If fate allows, I hope we find our way back to each other one day. Know that I will always love you, no matter where life takes us. In that moment, the weight of regret settled heavily on her shoulders. What if she had known? What if she had fought for him? Clara decided to visit the places they had shared, places that still held fragments of their love. She walked to the oak tree, now much taller, its branches stretching wide as if reaching for the sky. Beneath its shade she sat, imagining the laughter they once shared and the promises they made. The town felt smaller now, a reflection of the life she had built, and yet it also felt empty, filled with the ghosts of choices unmade. Returning home, Clara resolved to write back. It felt silly, even futile, but she needed to express the feelings that had lain dormant for so long. She poured her heart into a letter, recounting her life and her love for him, the missed opportunities, and how she wished they could have shared it all together. Days turned into weeks as Clara mailed her letter, knowing it would never reach him. She had learned that James had moved far away after high school, eventually starting a family of his own. The realization brought her peace, knowing they both had moved on, yet the ache of what could have been remained. One fateful night, she sat by her window, watching the rain fall as she often did, when she received a call. It was an old friend informing her that James had passed away the previous week. Clara felt a tidal wave of sorrow crash over her. She had waited too long to reach out, and now the chance was gone. In the days that followed, Clara found herself sitting in the attic again, surrounded by the letters. She decided to create a scrapbook, a testament to their love that never was. Each letter was carefully placed alongside photographs of their youth, capturing fleeting moments in time. As she closed the scrapbook, she felt a strange sense of closure. Though they had been separated by time and circumstance, their love had been real and it had shaped who she became. Years passed, but Clara often returned to the oak tree, sharing stories with the wind, feeling James's presence in the whispers of the leaves. The letters became her cherished possessions, reminders of love lost but never forgotten. In her later years, Clara volunteered at a local community center, sharing her story with young lovers. She encouraged them to cherish their connections, to communicate openly, and to never let fear stand in the way of love. The lost love letters served not just as a reminder of what could have been, but as a catalyst for change, inspiring others to embrace their feelings while they still could.